welcome back to the Matchday Tavern. My name is Key. We are live for a World Cup warm-up game, international friendly. Although the US have called it something else. They've called it the 2026 Interstate Classico match. Something like that. Anyway, it's very, very impressive and enthusiastic. But yeah, they've called it something other than just an international friendly. But it is the first of many World Cup warm-up games that we're going to be covering here on the channel. We're going to be keeping an eye on USA versus Senegal tonight. It's the first time these two nations have ever met. So yeah, but there's a lot of good players on show tonight. But we'll be keeping an eye on not just USA v Senegal, but we've got on Tuesday, we're going to be doing Wales against Ghana. Wales haven't made the World Cup squad. Wales haven't made the World Cup, but Ghana have. So we'll be seeing Antoine Semenyo's Ghana against Craig Bellamy and Harry Wilson's Wales on Tuesday night. Wednesday is Netherlands against Algeria. Thursday, I think, is France versus Ivory Coast. So we'll get to see how Jan Diamand, future Liverpool star Jan Diamand, adapts to these bouncing ball situations. I don't know if anyone's seen the post that I've put out earlier about how the pitches are reacting here in the US. There's all sorts of drama going on in the US about the pitches. You can't put... Honestly, there's going to be loads of individual errors at this World Cup. Absolutely loads of individual errors. I am really, really surprised that more hasn't been done to correct the imbalances that we saw with the pitches last year at the Club World Cup. Really, really surprised. There was an awful lot of complaints last year, wasn't there? Pep Guardiola, Enzo Maresca all said that they thought the pitches were dreadful at the Club World Cup. They caused lots of injuries. They caused lots of issues for them in terms of how the ball bounces, how the ball moves. And that hasn't been adapted in any way, shape or form. But how are we all doing in the chat anyway? Lovely to see everyone. How are we doing? Dylan, Shell, great to see you. Shell cheering on Illiman and Di, no doubt, today. Dylan, Martin, good to see you. I don't even know. Aftab. Joe Story, tell me how big Nick is getting on 3-star. Oh, in the Germany game, sorry. Yeah, the Germany game. I think they've just gone in front, Germany, by the way. Yeah, I think they have 1-0. Undav, Dennis Undav it was, former Brighton striker Undav who scored. This kicks off in 5 minutes. We'll go through the lineups in just a moment. City of Northville, didn't realise Germany-Finland was on at the same time. That would probably be far more watchable. Pfft, who are you kidding? That's absolutely ridiculous. This is absolutely going to be far more watchable. And it's included on your Premier Sports package, so you don't have to pay any more. It's not a $2.99 job. You literally just have to, if you've got Premier Sports anyway, you can just turn it on, which is what I'm doing right now. There you go, watch live. Shell, lovely to see you. Timbo, what we saying? I never drink tea anymore. Once I started drinking coffee, I never went back. Oh God, no, can't be doing with coffee. What's going, Joe? How's it going, mate? Right, what are we missing on TikTok? Sorry, folks, I'm not ignoring your TikTok. I apologise. Bit slow tonight. Danny, what channel's the game on? The game is on Premier Sports 1. Yeah, Premier Sports 1. Are you doing Brazil v Panama? No, mate, can't do Brazil v Panama because it's 8:30 this one, so it'll be 9:15, 9:30, 10:15. It'll be about 10:15, 10:20 when it goes off. Brazil, Panama straight after, so nah, won't be doing Brazil v Panama. Oh, right. Okay, so lineups. Let's go through the lineups. So, USA, who are 16th in the world rankings, FIFA World Rankings, USA have got in goal Matt Turner. Matt Turner, former Nottingham Forest and Arsenal goalkeeper, and Palace goalkeeper as well, Matt Turner, isn't he? Freeman, McKenzie, Tim Ream, former Fulham defender, Tim Ream at the back for the US, and current Fulham defender, Anthony Robinson at left back. Then it's Giovanni Reina in midfield, son of Claudio. Giovanni Reina in midfield with Tyler Adams and Sebastian Berhalter. And then it's a front three of Dest, Pape, Ricardo Pape, and Christian Pulisic, the star of the show as far as the US are concerned. So yeah, Dest, Pape, Pulisic, front three. For Senegal, it's Thiaw in goal, Jacobs, Sek, and Chelsea defender Sarr at the back. Habib Diarra of Sunderland is in midfield with Ndiaye, Diatta, and Lamine Camara, who is being heavily targeted by both Liverpool and Newcastle at the moment. So, Joe, I'm sure you'll be wanting to keep an eye out for Lamine Camara in that midfield. He's one to watch. He's the Monaco midfielder that an awful lot of Premier League clubs are looking at. So, yeah, Lamine Camara. And then a front three that we'll all be very familiar with. Sadio Mane, maybe the greatest left winger ever to grace the Premier League. Nicholas Jackson at centre-forward. And Iliman Ndiaye on the right. There you go. So that's your teams. And it's 2 minutes to kick off. Aftab says, wait, when is Desta forward? Well, I think he's kind of playing in the... almost like the Frimpong role, I guess. He's been pushed further forward, hasn't he? He's a right back, but he's not really a defensive right back, so they've pushed him further forward up the pitch. Clips Market, when does your World Cup sleep schedule start? 1st of June, tomorrow, officially. I am working on a World Cup sleep schedule. So, well, effectively tonight, yeah. Ollie, how many games are you staying up for during the World Cup? Quite a few. Yeah, there's quarter-finals that kick off at 2:30 a.m. There's some knockout games, like round of 32, round of 16 games that kick off at 3. I think there might even be one that kicks off at 4. So there's an awful lot of games kicking off in the early hours. I'll be up for most, if not all of them. Some of the games I'm not going to do, obviously, if they conflict with each other or if it's 3, 4 a.m. Doing 3, 4 games in a row is very, very difficult. So I'm kind of I'm cherry picking the best ones, but we're still going to be covering 70 odd games. You know what I mean? There's an awful lot of games in there to do. So I'm going to be doing them. Madhouse, how's it going? Shahid says hello, Keen. Everyone in the chat hoping it's a good match. Yep, us too. We're all looking forward to it. 7 minutes to kick off, it's saying now, even though it was scheduled for an 8:30 kick-off. They've delayed it. Aftab, it's a disgrace that they made Morocco the AFCON champions. Yeah, I still don't like that. I still didn't think that was the right approach. I thought it was terrible. Joel, thoughts on Areola to Liverpool? Don't think it's the right move. Really don't think it's the right move at all. Obviously, he's the manager. I'll support whoever the manager is. The manager's not really important as far as I'm concerned. They're a custodian, aren't they? They're a custodian, a temporary custodian. But yeah, I'm not really all that fussed with Andoni Areola. I'm pretty... I don't think it's the right move. Don't think it's the right move for Liverpool at all. I really hope it works out, but I really don't think it's the right move. I think it's a terrible, terrible idea. I'll put it this way. I think if Richard Hughes wasn't at Liverpool, Andoni Areola wouldn't even be in the frame. Wouldn't even be in the conversation. We wouldn't even be talking about him. Clips Market, a lot of people talking about Carrick 3 games a week. No one talks about Areola with 3 games a week. I mean, listen, the guy has literally had 3 seasons now in the Prem where he's had like 1 win in 11, 1 win in 11, 1 win in 14 last season. He goes on long, long runs without getting too many wins under his belt. Even at Bournemouth, he's had about as many wins as he had losses. So it's not. It really ain't. It really isn't that impressive for me. And I look at it and I think, has he really had that much of a? Has he done that much better than someone, say, like Thomas Frank? Has he had a better time at Bournemouth than Thomas Frank had at Brentford? I don't think so. I don't think so. Thomas Frank wasn't a brilliant appointment for Spurs, was he? Fabian Hursley. It's because it's just popped up there and I said to Sebastian Berhalter. No, Fabian Hursley at Brighton. I think Fabian Hursley at Brighton's had a really good, sort of steady progression. You could look at other managers around Europe who've moved their teams from kind of mid-table up to unprecedented heights competing for Europe. Thiaw Motta at Bologna did a fabulous job. Cesc Fabregas doing a fabulous job. Loads of managers you could look at like that. I don't think Areola's is all that impressive, and he's never won anything as either a manager or as a player. It's a completely different kettle of fish to be managing Bournemouth as it is Liverpool. Completely different beast. For me, I'm really surprised if we do end up going down that route, but it does look like that is what's happening. It really does look like that is what's happening. Timbo, those winless runs you'd think will be smaller with better players. I mean, possibly, yeah. I look at it and think, is he a good manager? Yes, undoubtedly. Undoubtedly he's a good manager. Is he a Liverpool standard manager? No. Not for me. Not for me. Would you have preferred Alonso? No. No, don't want Alonso either. Never wanted Alonso. Apparently the club made it very clear they didn't want Alonso either because he demanded control. He's a manager, isn't he? He's not a coach. He doesn't want to be a coach. He wanted far more control over transfers and whatever else. So he was never ever going to be manager of Liverpool. I think Liverpool have caved to player power, which is always dangerous. Very true. Yeah, that's my concern. Guna14, who would you want as your manager? Sorry if you've said just joined. Do you know what, mate? I think the problem I have with it, and one of the reasons why I was slot in was purely because I looked around. I just don't think there's not really a compelling alternative. All we're doing is kicking the can down the road. It's a really bad decision to let Slot go in the middle of a rebuild. All we've done is pandered to the fans. It's a very, very bad idea. I've never known it work with any other club. When you start pandering to the fans, it's not smart. You end up going down the Man United and Chelsea road, which is not a good road you want to go down. So, I mean, who do I want personally? I think there's a lot of good managers out there. Areola is a good manager. I'm a little bit underwhelmed by him. Luis Enrique, Emery, Conte, even Glasner, has won FA Cups and European Cups at Palace. That's a hell of a CV. That's more of a CV than Andoni Areola. It just looks to me like jobs for the boyos. It looks like Richard Hughes, Bournemouth former sporting director, now at Liverpool. Yeah, let's get my mate in. He's a good lad. Let's get my mate in. It's not smart. Clip says that's what Ineos have done at United. They've basically stopped fan power. That's true. Listen, as football fans, we don't like to admit it, but we are incredibly reactive, incredibly emotional, and you don't make decisions on $1 billion, billion-pound business. You don't make those types of decisions based off overreaction and emotion. Never, ever. Timbo says the Chelsea road of sacking AVB and Lampard and winning the Champions League in those same seasons, sir. I enjoyed that road personally. No, I mean the road of you hiring a new manager every 18 months for the last 25 years. I'm not sure it is the smartest way of going about things. Adam says all the managers you named are miles off Klopp level. Well, I mean, okay, so we'll look at where Klopp was before. Look at where Klopp was when we appointed him. Klopp had been German champion. He had been to a Champions League final with Dortmund. There was a bit of European pedigree about him. You're not really seeing that with any other manager available to us, really. Let's be honest. There's nobody else that you look at and think they're the ones. There's no standout ones. Lancashire Evertonian fan power should happen. We are the game. It's our game, though. Nah, mate, it's not. It's not. We're stupid. Us as football, we are stupid. You don't want us running football clubs. Involve us in decisions on ticket prices and all that stuff. You don't want football fans making big decisions. It's a terrible, terrible idea. A really, truly terrible idea. What are we saying? I think... Christopher, imagine he won the league in his first season. That'd be something if you could get a manager. Well, Slot did that, didn't he? And he was gone within 12 months. It's crazy. Crazy. Yes, Van. How's it going? Sarah says Slot had no Champions League pedigree. No, but he'd won a league in the Eredivisie and he had taken his side to a European final. Now, you could argue that Oliver Glasner is probably the closest thing to Klopp Slot that we have. And I think he is. I honestly think he is. Right. We're off and underway. Let me just get the clock going. We're off and underway in Charlotte. Charlotte, the Bank of America Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's see how the ball's moving. Illiman and Dye down the right-hand side. Bradders, Key Thomas for the Liverpool job. Get me in, mate. Get me in. Scuba says you'd have Super League right now without fan intervention. You've basically got one, mate, anyway. Whether we like it or not, there is the Super League now anyway. It's just the Champions League, isn't it? The rejigged Champions League. Sir, what channel is it on? It is on Premier Sports. You can watch it on Premier Sports if you've got a Fire Stick or whatever, Amazon Prime. Just go on to Amazon Prime and it's right there at the top. Premier Sports, USA versus Senegal. Swifty, Danny Murphy was right about Slot going then, Key. Well, hey, even a broken clock, eh? Broken clock. Trey Scott, Realtor. Key, please never set foot in America. I don't have any ambitions to go back, mate. I've been plenty of times. I wouldn't go back. Unless I absolutely had to. Manager market isn't that good at the minute. That's why Madrid went and got Jose back. And Slot could have had another season, I think. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Carl, North Carolina, where the men are men and the sheep are nervous. Love that. I think Iraola has a lot of potential. I mean, he does, but I'd still look at it and say, is he a manager that takes Liverpool forward, that helps Liverpool kick on? I'm not sure he is. Good manager, yes. In the area, USA, chance must be. Oh, great clearance from Senegal. Now US dominating in the opening few minutes here. Excellent play down that left-hand side. It was Pulisic who got in behind. He pulls the ball back. And I think it was Berhalter who was coming in at the back stick. Just couldn't quite get onto it. Tom Root says, favourite USA player, Brian McBride. Fabulous player, Brian McBride. Did he only play for 2 teams in the Prem? I only remember him playing for Everton and Fulham. Did he play for anyone else? Timbo, you talk about pedigree, Key, but did Slot have any more pedigree than Ten Hag when you got him? Yes, I think he did. I think he'd done it at Feyenoord. He'd done it at a couple of clubs, to be fair, but at Feyenoord he'd gone and got to a European final. And yeah, I think there was a clear sort of, and to be honest, to be absolutely fair with Ten Hag, I didn't think Ten Hag was the problem at United, and I don't think he's subsequently proven to be the problem. Because we've seen other managers come and go at United since Ten Hag. Like, Amorim wasn't the issue at United. He was moved on as well. I don't think Carrick's going to massively solve things for him either, the way that they've gone about things. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think Ten Hag is necessarily was the problem at United, to be honest. Didn't Ten Hag get to a final? Not that I'm aware of, no. Got beat by Spurs, didn't he, in the semi? I don't think he got to a final. Shane, what's going to happen to Man City, do you think? I'd like to think there will be something in the next few weeks. Whether or not that happens is another question altogether. Oh, cheers, Vanch. Thank you, mate. Sorry. I've just realised why the chat is not synced up. Thank you. Appreciate that. Right, the chat should be on now. There you go. Chat's working. Thank you. Cheers, Vanch. Red Rebellion, all those pissing and moaning about Slot. He's being replaced with someone with far less experience, no Champions League experience, and a 38% win percentage. Welshwing, just in case you missed my comment, Key, I'm here in the roast chair for you to roast me for last night. Mate, there's no roasting necessary. No roasting at all. You got to a final. You got beat by the best side in Europe. It happens. It happens. Swifty says, Liverpool don't trust Slot with the rebuild. That's the reality. The thing is, mate, you say that, but Slot has no say in players coming or going. And I just don't believe there's any Liverpool fan out there who seriously thinks we should have been competing with City and Arsenal last year. We shouldn't have been. With that squad, there's no manager who gets better than maybe third or fourth. So I didn't think it was sackable for what happened with Arne Slot. And I think what's happened, the big concern for me is we seem to have sacked him with no compelling successor. There is nobody that Liverpool have... It feels like we've sacked him and gone, right, who should we get? I don't think there is a clear successor, a really compelling alternative to him. Mr. Al-Jamari, I'm so happy, Key. PSG have made my year. I was about to lose interest and quit footy if Arsenal won. It's 1-0 USA! Whoa, what a start. 6 minutes in, it's Dest. It's the player who quite a few were saying, what is he doing on the right-hand side? He is not an attacking winger. But he scored 6 minutes in. Dest smashes it in. Pulisic down the left-hand side. Really good play by the US. Lovely ball forward. Senegal just get drawn out. Yeah, it's poor from the centre-back. Pulisic got in, pulls it across. Tap him for Dest, really. Great play. But look how they pull the Senegal centre-backs away. Really, really poor from Sarr, the young Chelsea defender it is. Timbo, if you're watching, this ain't good. It was Sarr and Sek, I think it was as well, actually. Yeah, not great from Sarr and Sek, the two Senegal centre-backs there. Poor from them. Some more Bob, that can't be, Key. They immediately announced who is taking over. Well, they've not announced anything, have they? They've just said they're still sort of on the... They're still looking. They're still assessing. Julia says, not watching Wales, Ghana. We're not qualified for the World Cup. Still devastated from losing. Cheers, Sarah. Thank you for that. Joe says, Key, do you not find it embarrassing how obsessive rival fans are with Arsenal? Not really, no. Again, obsessive is... Is it not... Do you not think it's all relative to how loud Arsenal fans are? I think it's very much in balance. You know, if you make an awful lot of noise and then you don't sort of... You've not got the... You know, your mouth's wrote checks that your team can't cash. It's basically what we've seen with Arsenal. And I do feel like you're really just looking at a reaction from people who are fed up with hearing them give it the big licks. Because there's an awful lot of noisy Arsenal supporters. Some fantastic ones as well. Love a lot of the Arsenal fans, but my God, there's a lot of noisy ones. And the noisy ones are the ones that we're aiming it at, let's be honest. Andy says the news that's going around is a 60-point deduction and a 2-year transfer ban for Man City. What would we make of that? Do you think that would be well, maybe not an intelligent move, but would that be fair? If Manchester City got a 60-point deduction, I mean, let's change the headline to that. Senegal down the right-hand side this time. An excellent defending from Anthony Robinson, but Iliman Ndiaye picks it back up, gives it away. Do you know what? That's Iliman Ndiaye carrying on his form from the end of the season. He's been like that at Everton for the last few weeks and months. Red Rebellion slot's win percentage was level with Kenny Dalglish and Klopp. All these utter online pissing and moaning clowns are going to have the same knives out for Iraola, who will not be given time by them. The big question mark with Iraola, this is what I come back to. Liverpool fans were not very patient at the minute. And I say I'm incredibly patient. I wanted to give Slot another year, while still saying it wasn't good enough last year. Wasn't good enough, needs to do better. And I think there was still a lot of fans who felt that way. But if you kowtow and bow down to the noisy majority, maybe, it's no way to run a big, expensive multi-million pound business. But yeah, I think patience is massively important, and Liverpool fans have very little of it at this moment in time. Andoni Iraola, in his last 3 seasons at Bournemouth, has had 1 win in 11, 23-24, 1 win in 11, 24-25, and 1 win in 14 last season. Now, if you think for 1 second that Liverpool fans will tolerate long winless runs, one or two, fine. But if you're going 3, 4, 5, 6 games without a win, the fans will start getting on top. And you can't do it. You just can't do it. M.1, USA v Senegal. What competition is this? It's the All-State Classico, mate. It's basically a pre-World Cup warm-up. Senegal are in. Mane, great goalkeeping. There's a claim for the penalty. He's not going to get it. Good goalkeeping that from Matt Turner, and he gets it away. And now the US down the right-hand side with Dest. Do you know what? It's been a really high-tempo game, this one. I wasn't expecting this for a friendly. Both teams really going at it. Welsh Wing, do you think PSG will dominate Europe in the next few years, similar to Real Key? Possibly. I mean, you look at... They're certainly set up to do so, aren't they? The only thing that might change is a key departure of some sort, whether that be Luis Enrique or maybe Kvaratskhelia or Dembele's talked about potentially moving on at some point. Plus a lot of the... Marquinhos can't go on forever. There's a lot of players they'll need to replace. I do wonder whether Kanate might be an option for him. I am Krupe. Who from Bournemouth should we snap up with Areola? I'd have Krupe and Scott. I mean, Krupe, Scott. Yeah, I mean, Ryan would be great as well. There's a fair few. I wouldn't turn my nose up at James Hill, to be honest. James Hill's an absolutely fantastic player. Tyler Adams and Sadio Mane having a little scuffle now. Tell you what, this game's got everything already. We've had a goal inside the first 10 minutes. We've had a penalty appeal, and now Sadio Mane and Tyler Adams are scrapping. Yeah, that's not a penalty. Kieran says if Slot had the slightest amount of personality or likeability, he'd still have the job. I know, but the thing is, Kieran, let's be honest. How important is likeability in a manager's job? I'm sorry, I feel like that's all we've talked about with Arne Slot. It's nothing to do with results. It's nothing to do with playing style. It's nothing to do with... It's fans looking for a reason to sack him. Why? Because he's not Jurgen Klopp. That's what it boils down to. Finners Matty. Oh God, yeah, it still says 0-0. I forgot that it doesn't update on the friendlies. Sorry. Samoa Bob, the players have to like you, and that's ultimately why he got sacked. No, that's not true. That's not true. He lost the dressing room is a nonsense shout. It gets said with every manager when they are either under pressure or get sacked. I don't believe for 1 second Arne Slot lost the dressing room. The club were quite happy to continue with him up until Saturday. Liverpool we'd already made plans to appoint his assistant manager, so something's happened in the last 24 or 48 hours. They were quite happy to keep him. Carl, do you think Luis Enrique would have considered Liverpool now that he's won everything with PSG? I mean, I'm personally, I'm not sure Luis Enrique. I mean, I wouldn't have said he would have been the right choice for Liverpool either. A fabulous manager, but I'm not sure he's a good fit for Liverpool. Kieran says Slot had no plans staying at Liverpool long term. He would have moved his family if he's seen a long term future. Mate, his kids, I don't know if you've got kids, mate, but he's got kids in school in the Netherlands at exam age. Like, of course he's not going to move him. Oh my God, Nicholas Jackson, what are you doing? An absolute sitter from Nicholas Jackson. Should be 1-1. Ball gets played across the 6-yard box. Nicholas Jackson just got to finish that. Got to put that away. Illiman and Die, great pass, 6 yards out. Nicholas Jackson skies it over the bar. Oh, he's got to score it. Poor from Jackson. Pundits are saying the board decided to sack him after that Salah post. Well, that just shows Salah to be the rat bag that he is. Gary just got back from Budapest. Proud of my team. Gutted to lose on penalties, but saw the future, and it's not PSG. It's going to be Arsenal. Well, listen, commiserations, Gary. I hope you enjoyed your time in Budapest. It's a lovely city, and I hope you enjoyed it, mate. Fitness is key. I saw your video earlier about the pitches in America. I think this one's been all right so far. It has, yeah. It's done okay. I mean, we've not really seen too much in the way of high balls. Maybe that's a deliberate tactic from the teams. We've not seen the ball go high. It's been on the pitch. And maybe it's been watered quite heavily. We don't know. But the main focus was when the ball goes up in the air, how it comes down and how it bounces. So that's one thing to watch. But in the first 15 minutes, I don't think we've actually seen any, balls over the top. Or it's all been passes into feet, which is really, really good to see, to be fair. Good evening, Scouser. How are you doing, sir? Carl, what do you think of the comments that Palmer struggled because Jackson wasn't there? I've never even heard that suggested. Shell, is Idrissa a sub-key? No, he's not. He's not, no. It's the subs for Senegal are ones that you'll recognise anyway. Pape Mate Sarr from Tottenham. Pape Gay of Villarreal, Malik Diouf of West Ham, Assane Thiaw as well of Como, the winger from Como, and then for the US there's Brendan Aronson from Leeds on the bench, Balogun, who used to play for Arsenal, the centre forward from Monaco, Weston McKennie's there, Malik Tillman, Trusty, Timothy Weah, Haji Wright of course from Coventry is also on the bench for the US today. Samo Bob, as an American, there will be some bad pitches this World Cup. A few of the stadiums will be putting grass on only for this tournament. Yeah, I mean, that is what we were saying in the video earlier, is that the US pitches are all multi-purpose, aren't they? There you go. First long ball over the top. Let's see how... they took it down. You don't really see the ball bounce. Maybe that's an instruction the players have had. If the ball goes in the air, make sure you get to it before it bounces, because it'll bounce awkwardly. We're not seeing too many bouncing balls. Free kick. Yeah, so all of the stadiums, pretty much all the stadiums in the US are multi-purpose. So they all have AstroTurf, they all have plastic pitches. And a lot of footballers and managers are very nervous about that, because there is a correlation between plastic pitches, AstroTurf, and injuries. So... and FIFA has a rule. FIFA's regulation is that if you are hosting the World Cup, you have to have natural grass in all of the stadiums. So instead of digging up all the turf and laying down fresh natural grass, what are the US doing? They are layering natural grass on top of AstroTurf. That's what they're doing. That's what all of these pitches are for the World Cup. They have grown grass out in fields somewhere nearby, and then they have transported them layer upon layer of soil to this pitch. Chance! Oh, it's 2! What a goal that is from the US! It's 2-0! What a finish! And it's there. It's Pulisic. It's totally deserved. What a finish that is. Rounds the keeper. Knocks it in near post. Excellent play from the US. 2-0. Absolutely fantastic goal, this one. Who plays the pass through to him? Pulisic breaks the offside trap. Keeper comes out to try and get to it, Thiaw, but he just gets nothing on it. And Pulisic, rather than diving in, he just lets him round him, taps it in. Really good goal. 2-0 US. Pulisic, in 20 minutes, has got a goal and an assist. There you go. Didn't know you were an expert on grass, Key. I am indeed. I even know the type of grass they use in Bermuda. It's Bermuda grass they use at the World Cup. But yeah, there you go. Senegal or Norway to finish higher in the group? That's a good question, actually. Well, Senegal, if we look at the World Cup, they have got France, Senegal, Norway, Iraq, right? That's the 4 teams in that group. I think Senegal will be one of the best third place teams. No. I think Norway will be one of the best third place teams. I think Senegal will finish ahead of Norway. Timbo says Pulisic is the LeBron James of soccer after all. D. Nickel says, what game are you watching? We are watching USA versus Senegal in a World Cup warm-up game. USA currently 2-0 up. Pulisic dominating. Mad Dog Josh Key, did you watch the Arsenal game? I did indeed, mate. I'm surprised you've not seen the... there's quite a few clips of me floating around last night from the Watchalong. Yeah, I did watch it though, mate, yeah. C. Wheatley, can't believe they're letting the Yanks do this to them. Hey, mate, the USA have got a couple of good, really, really good players. Aftab, I get PTSD when I hear soccer. And Shahid says, are there any matches being played at the Giants Stadium, New York City, Key? Oh, I don't know, actually, mate. I think so. Let's see, actually. Let's see where there are. Dallas at the AT&T. The MetLife Stadium, New York, New Jersey. No, that's it. It's just the MetLife Stadium. It's not the Giants Stadium. The MetLife Stadium, the New York, New Jersey Stadium, whatever the MetLife is, at the Meadowlands Sports Complex. Oh, it's the home of the New York Giants. That's the same, right? Oh, there you go then. Yeah, the MetLife Stadium is the Giants Stadium. Then, yeah, there you go. It is. I thought that was a different stadium. Mad Dog Josh, shocking penalties. I mean, do you know what? The margin for error is very, very slim in a penalty shootout. I mean, and do you know what? In fairness to Arteta, well, not in fairness to Arteta, in criticism of Arteta, he didn't really go for it. I don't feel he ever really went for it in that game. Liam Vernon, hi Key. I heard Arne Slot got sacked and great results for PSG yesterday. They saved football. Football analyst Joe, hello Key. I was in Budapest to hate watch last night and I returned actually feeling bad for all the Arsenal players. They gave it their all in defence, but Gabriel decided to send the ball on a rocket. Good to see you, Joe. Yeah, well, I mean, I hope you enjoyed the game anyway. Beautiful city, Budapest. Pochettino is now coaching the players mid-game. Look at him, they're all surrounding his Mac. He's got a Mac, and he's typing away on it, and he's got all the players surrounding him during the water break. This is mad. This is US. This is the most United States thing ever. Not only have we're not watching a World Cup warm-up game, we're not watching an international friendly. No, this game has been marketed as the all-state Classico between the USA and Senegal. Adam, what channel are you watching it on? It's on Premier Sports, mate. Premier Sports on Amazon Prime. Graham, I was in Liverpool last night. The pub went up when they missed that last pen. And Red Rebellion, here's a fun fact. The term soccer was formalised in 1863 when the FA was formed in England to distinguish its rules from Rugby Football Union. Well, hey, there you go. Don't say we don't educate you. Danny Ross, what channel you on, Key? Premier Sports, mate. Premier Sports 1, USA v Senegal. Football Analyst Show, I did enjoy the game. I found it to be a comedy show because the ref was hilariously bad. Trossard's assist being not disallowed, the half-time whistle, the only 3 correct decisions. Well, I would disagree. I would say the Trossard one, I'm surprised that one was allowed to go because Arsenal gained an advantage by him using his hand. The Saka one, I was astonished. Absolutely astonished that that's not giving us a penalty because that gets given as a penalty in every single game in the Champions League this year. C. Wheatley, do you think Poch takes a club job after the World Cup? Do you know what? I'd like him to. Pochettino, in many ways, would be better for us than Iraola. I actually wouldn't mind Pochettino at Liverpool. I mean, I'm not advocating for it, but if it's a straight choice between him and Iraola, I'd probably rather see Pochettino. Jimmy, what game are you watching? We are watching USA versus Senegal, mate. USA-Senegal World Cup warm-up. USA 2-0 up. Pulisic has scored and assisted in the opening 20 minutes. 2-0. All the star players are out. Nicholas Jackson's missed a sitter. We've had a penalty appeal from Sadio Mane. It's been a good game so far. And the ball isn't bouncing funny yet. Do the US look good? They do, actually, yeah. A couple of really good goals. Really, really well-worked goals. Pulled Senegal completely apart. So, yeah, very impressive from Pochettino. Football Analyst Joe, I thought it came off his shoulder. I wouldn't like a pen given for that, and I find Arsenal finally being told off for wasting time hilarious. Madueke's dive is a debate, but he did pull the PSG player. I honestly can't. I don't know why that was even contentious. I think that was them clutching at straws. There's no way that Madueke one was a penalty. It crazy. We saw umpteen replays. He is dragging the PSG player down just as much as, and it's not even just as much. It's more Madueke dragging him down than it is the other. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You can't give a penalty for that. The Saka one, like I said, it hits both of his hands, and the Champions League all season, if it's hit a hand, it's a penalty. It doesn't matter whether you deserve it, whether it's intentional, whether it's, a shot on target. None of that has mattered in the Champions League. What a ball that is. USA, far post chance, got to hit it. Great block. Great block. Shell, how far do you think England will go in the World Cup, Key? Quarters, maybe semis at a push, but I've not got a massive amount of faith in Tuchel. I'd say quarters. Gary says, Key, who do you think leaves Liverpool with the new manager coming in? And now it seems Richard Hughes stays. Well, I don't think Richard Hughes is staying. As far as I'm aware, he is going. Oh, what's going on here? They took a chance. Very nearly a penalty. Senegal diving in at the back post. And if Pulisic hadn't released that a little bit sooner, he might have been caught there. USA battering Senegal so far. It's been a really, really good performance from the US. But yeah, as far as Richard Hughes going, I think he's still going. At the end of this current season, I'm sure he'll go. Apparently he's got something agreed with Saudi. But it's, as far as which players go, I mean, whoever the manager... Oh my God, what a strike. Did that hit the post? I think it did. Strike from Senegal outside the area. Was it Lamine Camara? Who is it who hits that? Absolutely fantastic strike. Just cuts inside on his right foot. Just wide of the right post. It was nearly top bins. Great effort. Fabulous effort. Lucas Barnett, how's it going? Thought Arsenal did well last night defensively and in some spells, attacking-wise, being the only side to score an open play goal. I'm buzzing. Game of Guru says Chelsea have far more success in Europe, Timbo, that's fair, but Arsenal are bigger worldwide. I know, but based on what? What are you basing that on? USA far post. Stood up. Back out chance. Oh, huge moment again. Big block from Sek. Anthony Robinson nearly making it 3-0 to the US. This is a dominant performance. US laying down a marker here, and they've got a really, really good chance at this World Cup. I'm having to shift my opinion on the US, because they're in a, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a difficult group. They've got Paraguay, Turkey, and Australia. That's the US's group. Turkey, Paraguay, Australia. They would be one of the favourites. I would imagine them and Turkey go through in that one. But I genuinely think they might dominate, you know. Joe, imagine if Salah stays now. Oh my God, please don't even joke about that. I don't want Mo Salah anywhere near my football club now. Get him gone. Get him gone. Timbo, I don't think Arsenal are bigger worldwide anymore. Chelsea of Africa because of our African contingents in the 2000s. America with Pulisic and now Blueco. And you're comparing it on things that we can't measure, though. You can't say Arsenal are bigger than Chelsea because we're bigger globally. Chelsea are bigger than Arsenal because we've got more fans. You can't define it. There's no numbers. There's no numbers to measure that. The only way you can meaningfully measure a club's size is recent success. That's literally it. Recent success. There's nothing else. Now, you can decide what years, how big of a bracket you want to do, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever. But in all of those brackets, whether it be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, Chelsea win, don't they? In the last 20 years, Chelsea have been more successful than Arsenal. In the last 10, in the last 5, they've been more successful than Arsenal. So yeah, I would say in every metric that matters, Chelsea have been the more successful side and would be, in my opinion, they would be the bigger club. Arsenal are bigger than Chelsea. Chelsea have European success, but not global reach or domestic. They've had more domestic success than Arsenal in the last 20 years. They've had more European success than Arsenal ever. Yeah, of course they have. Of course they have. In the nicest possible way. City of Northville, I'll never forget the United game where they had the only goal from open play. Formative memory, really. You never forget those. Yes, Gal. How's it going, mate? Damo, how have I just scrolled past your stream and you're still talking about Arsenal? There's people in the chat, mate, having a conversation about Arsenal and Chelsea and who's bigger. That was the conversation I entered into. So yeah, it wasn't a conversation started by me. It's purely a conversation that's happening in the chat between an Arsenal fan and a Chelsea fan, by the way. Yeah, who's bigger, Arsenal or Chelsea? That was the conversation that was taking place. So we're just feeding into that, really. Gamer Guru says, recent success, no way, mate. History matters in football, or you guys wouldn't bang on about your trophies. No, history does matter. Of course history matters. But what I'm saying is historic trophies only matter when you look at recent success and it's like equal, right? So Liverpool, for a very, very long time, had more domestic success and more historic success than Man United, but we also hadn't won a league title in donkey's years, right? It took a long time for United to surpass us in domestic trophies, domestic, league titles. But there was never a point in that period under Sir Alex Ferguson and all that, there was never a point where Liverpool fans would realistically argue we are bigger than Man United. It's nonsense. You would never have argued that. United had more recent success. It only matters when you're like looking at it and going, well, do you know what? Both teams have got pretty good success over the last 10, 20 years. Who's the bigger? Well, the bigger is they've had much, much better success going back a long time. That's the only way you'd really look at it. Northerner says, what game are you watching? Watching USA versus Senegal, mate. Does Senegal score? Not for me. So far, they've been really poor. But then again, they're in the chance here now. Ball in. Again, the ball hung up there. And this is exactly what we've just... If you're watching this game, the ball got played down the left-hand side there. Sadio Mane's running onto it. And it looked like the ball... It just looked like it held up on the turf. It just held up a little bit. It's not how players would expect to be able to run onto it. Senegal, Illiman and Die, strike. It's going to be a corner kick. Unlucky, that was better. I don't even know, says Liverpool are bigger than Man United trophy-wise, but if we look at on a global scale and fan base, Man United are bigger. You can't say that, though. How can you say that? Tell me how many fans Man United have. You can't. It's not possible. You can't quantify it. Al-Shamari says, Arsenal have lost 5 consecutive European finals. Zaragoza in 95, Galatasaray in 2000, Barca 06, Chelsea in 19, and now PSG. Only 2 Champions League finals in their history, and they lost both of them. That is Arsenal's history. C. Wheatley says, sticks on 4G grass. Have to touch it with power, basically. No, it's not 4G grass. It's proper... This is natural turf. They have to have natural turf. Yeah. It's a FIFA requirement. FIFA regulation. They have to have it. Damo says the only metric Chelsea are bigger on is Europe. Arsenal are double on domestic. Does only Europe matter? No, recent success. I think you're looking in the last 20 years, Chelsea are bigger. And it's not a short period of time, is it? 20 years. 20 years, Chelsea are bigger than Arsenal. 25 years. 30 years. Chelsea are bigger than Arsenal. Joe can't wait for the March deadline day transfer to replace Gordon up the Saudi Mags. Who do you want to replace him? Are you looking at Ez Al-Zouli from Betis? 60 million quid apparently they want for him. Gary, success is current, and like you say, Arsenal are the only champions until the new season starts, when every club starts on 0. That's it. That's it. It's, you're only as good as your last match. You're only as good as your last league title. So, yeah, Arsenal will be champions, but let's be honest, as soon as the new season kicks off, it's all up for grabs again. No one's really going to focus on it. Damo says, but you're asking about who's bigger, so the whole history gets brought in, not just the last 10, 20 years. No, well, that's not my argument. No, my argument is that recent success matters more in terms of calibrating and measuring who the bigger club is. That's my argument. You can disagree, and that's totally your right, but I think if you're arguing which two clubs are the biggest, any 2 clubs you want, recent success forms the biggest part of that argument. So pick any 2 teams you want, have a look at how they've done over the last, and you can pick a number. Sometimes people go, oh, well, yeah, we've won more in the last 5 years. 5, 10, 20 years. Chelsea are bigger than all 3. And listen, this is someone who I don't even like Chelsea. I don't like Chelsea at all. I actually preferred Arsenal a lot more than Chelsea. But absolutely, Chelsea have got 2 European Cups. They've won more league titles than Arsenal in the last 20 years. They are absolutely a bigger club. Joe says anyone that doesn't strop and think they're bigger than the club really, mate, would be nice. Gets it maximum back as he's a free agent, would be mint. Damo, could you be an Arsenal fan by any chance, Damo? I realise I might be going out on a limb here, mate. I realise I might get this wrong. But could you be an Arsenal fan by making that argument? Angelo says top 3 contenders for the World Cup: France, Spain, USA. USA, USA. Go on. I'd love that. I really would love the US to surprise everyone and win it. That would be quite cool, actually. To be honest, they deserve to win the World Cup with that kit. I love that kit. Yeah, but I'm bringing valid arguments, though. I'm not being biased. Well, I would argue against that. I think you as an Arsenal fan would never accept any argument that suggested that Chelsea were a bigger club than you. And I can understand it, because you're an Arsenal fan, there's an emotional weight behind that. What I'm saying is, I have no horse in the race. If anything, I actively dislike Chelsea. Chelsea, I wouldn't go as far as hate, but I really don't like Chelsea. But they are a bigger club than Arsenal. And if you're a player right now with a choice between the two teams, I genuinely think you'd lean more towards Chelsea than Arsenal. Yep, USA 2-0 up, mate. JMW6, Chelsea's European pedigree makes it an easy call. That's it. Gary, I think this is the biggest argument in football. Who's the biggest club in the UK? Well, that's it. Yeah, biggest club in the UK for me is Liverpool. Because there's a lot of teams. Recently, you would say, Manchester City, last 15 years, dominant. But before that, an absolute speck. They were relegated for a long time, down in the pits of the Football League. And it's a hell of a story. But yeah, I would say Liverpool based on history and recent success. User 456, was you at the parade today, mate? I was, yes, mate, yeah. Clippers, should Liverpool have gone for Alonso? Seems like they left it late on slot. I wouldn't have wanted Alonso. Joe says, say Newcastle key, I'll give you a donation. Timbo, you do realise Wikipedia articles? Oh, God. As an Arsenal fan and a huge United hater, I think United are slightly above Liverpool. Arsenal third, Chelsea are fourth. Yeah, but on what basis are United bigger than Liverpool? The only argument you would make is that they've got a bigger stadium, even though it's falling to bits. They've got a bigger stadium, and please don't make they've got more fans argument. You can't. There's no way that if you can't measure it, it's not real. If you can't measure it, it ain't real. You can't say this club is bigger than this club because they've got more fans. It's just not possible to even have that as a discussion. Oh, Senegal in should be. There you go. 2-1. 2-1. The Lions of Teranga are back in it, and it's Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane. Oh, Mane, do. Sadio Mane puts Senegal back in the game. What a run down the right-hand side. Lovely little slide rule pass through, and Mane runs onto it and smashes it in. Really, really good goal. Excellent finish, that. Game back on. USA 2, Senegal 1. JMWS, United have been the richest club for years because they have more fans. It's measurable by revenue. No, that's not true. United are not the biggest because of fans. It's nothing to do with that, mate. United's revenue is not a... There's no metric you can draw that says more fans equals more revenue. United have had big revenue for many, many years because why? They have massive, massive negotiated commercial deals that they've been able to have basically since the start of the Premier League. They've had a leg up on everyone. They are very, very good at negotiating commercial deals, kit deals, training ground deals. They've just negotiated a new training ground deal, actually, with Betway. So there's loads and loads of stuff that United are very, very good at doing. And plus, you know, they make an awful lot of money from player sales and winning trophies as well. That's probably been the other reason I would say United's revenue is sky high, because they've been very successful over the years. All boxed up. The initial rumour a while back regards Man City that they would be fined. Neville, we have more aura. Go on, measure aura for me. Red Rebellion, I reckon the forwards we are getting are Junior Krupi and Jan Diamand, which will make our attack infinitely better compared to last season. Krupi and Diamand at Liverpool. I don't even know this is key. I just think no English club will ever be bigger than Chelsea, Arsenal, United or Liverpool. It will just never happen. I mean, I don't know, mate. You say that, but City have done a cracking job on it so far. Rob says, nice direct running from Diarra on that assist. Yeah, really good ball as well, wasn't it? Now the USA down the left-hand side. Chance. Pulisic. Good defending. Really good defending. At the back from Sarr. And it's launched up the touchline. I think it's going to be half-time in just a second. Welshing, I just think because of the players they've had over the years, Bobby Charlton, Best, Giggs, Ronaldo, Rooney, Bruce, Keane, Scholes, just generational players. I mean, you could say the same with Liverpool. Dalglish, Rush, Barnes, Souness, Hansen, Clements, Gerrard, Owen, Ballon d'Or winner, Fowler was even better than him. Torres, Suarez, Heskey. Yeah, Keegan, Ballon d'Or winner. There's loads of them. Dennis Law was a great United player as well. Gary says the police stated that 1 million people could have attended the Arsenal parade today, making it the biggest in history. Yeah, I bet they counted them all. Do you know, it probably isn't a surprise, actually. It's probably not a surprise if it was quite big. Carl says, Key, who do you think will be the biggest surprise in the Prem next season and who will flop? Biggest surprise in the Prem? I think Marco Rose will get sacked. And I think the biggest surprise will be I'm gonna kick myself for saying this. But I think Danny Farker could do something with Leeds very similar to what we've seen with Regis Labris. So maybe Regis Labris could be a surprise as well, and Sunderland could kick on. But I've got a horrible feeling that Leeds are gonna do a whole lot better next season, even though they've put this statement out, haven't they, saying that they're not gonna buy any new players and they're on a shoestring budget and all this sort of stuff. So I don't know. Guess we'll see. Carrick winning the quad, would that be a surprise? Lloyd, I'm honest in defeat as a Gunners fan, but seriously, some calls from the ref were abysmal. Go on, what calls from the ref were abysmal? Go on, let's all have a laugh. Because I can't... if you tell me Madueke, you're having a laugh. If you try and tell me that Madueke one was a penalty, you're on Mars. You're on Mars. Real life, how's it going, mate? Right, half time. Has Welsh Wing put a quiz in? I don't think he has just yet, has he? Let's have a look. If not, I've got a quiz. I've got some quizzes for us. We could do a half time quiz if Welsh hasn't got one. Key, do you see Man City falling off next season with Maresca? Yes. I don't think they win the league. Depends what happens. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with the whole points deduction thing, do we? Trossard's and Saka's handballs. Yeah, he got them wrong, didn't he? That's what he got wrong. That should have been a penalty and the goal should have been ruled out. Welsh Wing, half-time quiz. Name the 13 players who've made appearances in the Prem, La Liga, Bundesliga and Serie A. Ooh, okay, here we go. Halftime quiz. There are 13 players who have made appearances in the Premier League. Hang on. Halftime quiz. 13 players played in EPL, Serie A, Bundesliga, La Liga. Right, that's it. Is it just them? La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, Premier League. Right, okay, 13. Okie dokie. Sebastian Haller. Don't think he's played in La Liga. Cancelo is one. Okay, Cancelo is one. Serie A, Premier League. Oh, come on, Key. Serie A, Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga. Hakimi? No? Has Hakimi played there? Zlatan never played Bundesliga. No, not Hakimi is surely. De Bruyne has not played Bundesliga. As Coutinho's not. No, Coutinho's not. Oh, he has. No, he has. Coutinho is one. Coutinho's definitely one. There you go. Coutinho's one. Aubameyang. Yeah, Aubameyang is one. Coutinho, Aubameyang, Sancho. Jadon Sancho. No, he's not played. Has he not played in Italy, has he, Sancho? Kevin Prince Boateng. Good answer. Hakimi's never... Oh, God, yeah, of course Hakimi's never played in the Prem. The flaw in the ointment. Or the fly in the ointment, rather. Paco Alcácer never played in... Never played in the Prem. What about João Felix? Has João Felix been on loan to anywhere else? So we've got Aubameyang, we've got Cancelo, we've got Coutinho. 13 players who've played in the Prem, Serie A, Bundesliga and La Liga. Boateng. Kevin Prince Boateng. Nice. Daniel Marlin. Daniel Marlin's not a bad shout. Alexander Isak isn't. Daniel Marlin's played for Dortmund, he's played for Villa, he's played in Serie A. I don't think he's played in La Liga though, has he? Don't think he has. Not João Felix. Alexandra Pato. Trying to think of there's rogue players who came on loan. Like Quaresma, Ricardo Quaresma. Did he have a spell? He played for Inter, he played for Chelsea, he played for Barca. Did he at any point, Quaresma, play in Germany? I don't think he did he? I don't think Quaresma ever played in Germany. Crespo, Veron. Again, don't think either of those played in Germany. It's Germany's the trick one, isn't it? Germany's the trick one. It's not Luis Diaz. Huntelaar, never played in the Prem. Christian Poulsen. Yeah, Poulsen played for Juventus, played for Liverpool. Was it Schalke he played for? Don't remember him playing. Did he play in La Liga? Did Christian Poulsen play in La Liga? Might have played for Sevilla. Right, Kluivert is another one, I think. Kluivert is another one. Nice. Yeah, Kluivert. Robin. Poulsen is one. Nice. Poulsen. Good stuff. So we've got 3. We've got 6. 6 out of 13 so far. Braithwaite. Danish striker, was at Barca. Yeah, Braithwaite's played in La Liga. Played in Italy. Has he played in Germany, though? Don't remember if he's played in Germany. He might have done. He might have done. I wonder. Possibly. Sorry, I was just getting me water. Right, Chicharito Radichayu. Yes, Florin Radichayu. I knew that one. Florin Radichayu, he played in France as well. Florin Radichayu, I think, is still to this day one of the only people, if not the only person, to score in the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, Ligue 1 as well, and the Bundesliga. Jovetic is another one. Jovetic, nice. Florin Radichayu, Jovetic, Eto'o. Has Eto'o played in Germany? I don't think he has he? Kramaric. Yeah, Andrej Kramaric. Spent most of his career at Hoffenheim. Played for Leicester briefly. Batshuayi. Batshuayi could be, possibly. Maybe. Not a bad shout again. Could be. Eto'o never in Germany. Yeah, I did think that. I did think that, sadly. Key thoughts on Arsenal breaking Liverpool's parade record. I'm devastated, mate. Absolutely devastated. Get it in the trophy cabinet, I say. Get it in there, quick. Balotelli. Again, I don't think Balotelli made... Did he play in Germany? I don't think he did. Bojan. Bojan might have done. He's definitely done Italy. He's done England. He's done Spain. I'm not sure if he did Germany. Mark Noble. Mark Noble. Pato. Nah, I don't think so. Yeah, we've got Justin Kluivert, mate. We've got Justin Kluivert. So far, we've got Jovetic, Radichayu, Poulsen, Kluivert, Kevin Prince Boateng, Aubameyang, Coutinho, and Cancelo. Sebastian Haller was at Leganés a couple of years ago, wasn't he? Has he played in Italy? Haller. Has he? Shaqiri. Now, Shaqiri's an interesting one. Has he played in Spain? Not sure if he has, you know. He certainly played for Bayern. And I think we know he's played for Inter. But I don't think he's played in Spain, has he? I'll give you a hint. One was a Liverpool goalkeeper. A Liverpool goalkeeper. Dudek. No. Reina. Reina has. Reina played for Bayern, Napoli, Liverpool. Yeah, Reina. Pepe Reina. Of course it is. Oh, hey, do you know what? Goalkeepers are maybe the one to think of. Are there any more goalies in this list? Oh, Jonathan de Guzman of Swansea is a shout. Jonathan de Guzman. Villarreal, Swansea. I think they play with, was it Bologna or Genoa or someone like that in Italy? Don't remember him in Germany though. De Guzman. Jonathan de Guzman. Yes, Anfield Vortex, how's it going, mate? Good to see you. Thank you for that. Who do we have and how many more do we need? So, we have, if you've just joined us, we're doing a half-time quiz. 13 players who played in the Premier League, Serie A, the Bundesliga and La Liga. So far, we've got Pepe Reina, Stevan Jovetic, Florin Radichayu is an old one from the early days of the Premier League. He used to play for West Ham up front. Christian Poulsen, former Liverpool midfielder. Justin Kluivert is in there. Kevin Prince Boateng. Aubameyang, Coutinho and Cancelo. Martins. Obafemi Martins is in there. Nice. And De Guzman is in there. So we're getting there now. We're getting somewhere. De Guzman, Martins, Reina, Jovetic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've got 2 left to get. 2 left to get. Maybe it was Frankfurt. Yeah, could have been. Good shout. Did James Rodriguez play in Italy? Did he? Did James Rodriguez play in Italy? We know he was at Real Madrid and Bayern. I think he might have done, you know. I think James Rodriguez might have done. That's not a bad shout at all. Maybe. And Nelka. Again, don't think he's done Germany. I think at Germans... Yeah, it's not James. It's not James. Anelka isn't in there. It's not Anelka. Nicolas Anelka definitely played Real Madrid. Definitely had a spell at Juventus, I think, didn't he, Anelka? but not in Germany, I don't think. Batshuayi for sure. I still don't think Batshuayi's in there. We had Batshuayi earlier. Panashi's there, high key. Hypothetically speaking, who would you prefer, Iraola or Emery? Emery, comfortably. And I don't want either, mate, but I would rather Unai Emery if I had to. Sort of, fingers in the drawer. Hey, cheers, Anfield Vortex. Blake says we need a clue here, key. Don't we all? The last two, one played for Blackburn and one for QPR. Oh my God. Junior Hoylett. I don't know. He played for both of them, didn't he, actually? One played for Blackburn, one played for QPR. Two guy moved around a little bit. Benny McCarthy. He moved around a little bit. Could be him, possibly. Could be. Tarapt. Yeah, it might be Tarapt, actually. Could be Tarapt. Zamora. I don't think Zamora's had that much of a spell abroad, has he? Santa Cruz. Roque Santa Cruz is a good shout. Not Tugai. Jibril Cisse. Not Zamora. It's not Jibril Cisse. It's defo not Jibril Cisse. Not Benny McCarthy. No, not Tarapt either. It's not Tarapt. Wow. Vargas, the Chilean lad. Vargas played for Napoli, played for QPR. Did he have a spell in Germany? I think he might have had a spell at Sevilla. Not sure about Germany, though. Vargas is correct. Oh, and it is Roque Santa Cruz. There you go. Vargas and Santa Cruz. Nice work, everyone. There you go. There's your halftime quiz. Halftime quiz courtesy of Welshwing, as always. Fantastic work, mate. Really appreciate the halftime quizzes. 13 players who have played in the Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga and Serie A. Only 13 have done that. And we've just gone through all 13 of them. That was our halftime quiz. So, Roque Santa Cruz, Eduardo Vargas, De Guzman, Obafemi Martins, Pepe Reina, Jovetic, Florin Radicayu, Christian Poulsen, Justin Kluivert, Kevin Prince Boateng, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Coutinho and Cancelo. I had no clue about Santa Cruz, just thought of Prime Blackburn. Good player. Chimey, how's it going? Yeah, that was tough, wasn't it? Very tough. Tough half-time quiz, as we always know. With, she's always going to test us. But it was a very, very good quiz. That was a great and horrible quiz at the same time. Who's this keeper? Looks like Kinski. I know it's not Kinski, but it looks like him. I'm assuming it's not the Senegal goalkeeper. But it's a new goalkeeper. It is a new goalkeeper all the same, coming on for the US here. Who is it? Matt Turner might be about to go off for Chris Brady. It's Chris Brady of the Chicago Fire. The Chicago Fire. Will, why would you assume it's not the Senegal keeper, Key? Just a hunch. Yeah, just a hunch. Just a little, I don't know, gut feeling. I don't know, couldn't explain it. I just looked at him and I thought, do you know what? There's something about you that rings Chicago Fire. Oh, Matt Turner was the man of the match first half. He didn't really have to do an awful lot, did he? I've just seen you can highlight comments on your screen now, Key. The budget has gone up. Oh, indeed. Absolutely. Yeah, I can highlight specific comments. So, if you want your comment highlighted, it has to be a good one. But yeah, I can highlight comments now. But unfortunately, see, I tend to, if I just like sort of switch off for a minute, and if I get caught up in the game, sometimes I end up leaving the same comment basically, just on for like half an hour. Foxy Radicayu, what a forward he was in his Serie A prime. Never worked out for him at West Ham, did he? It was bankrolled, or what are we saying? Gary, could Coventry next season be a surprise with Lampard in charge? Not for me. No, not for me. I'm not a massive fan of Frank Lampard as a manager. I think he's done quite well with Coventry and he's got them up, and it's, he deserves praise for that. But I think unless Coventry spend the money, no amount of good management is going to keep them in the Premier League. They need to spend about 150 million. I don't even know. All my comments are biased crap most of the time. I wouldn't say that at all, mate. Will at work yesterday and we had a new chef start. First day there. He's an Arsenal fan. He chose a hell of a first day. Keith Thomas, the Ballon d'Or for YouTube streamers. Notice how Key skipped over the pay rise comment for mods. Hey, listen, we're starting afresh. I hope you know. We're not monetized anymore, so we've gone from being monetized on a 25k subs channel to no monetization at all on a 250 sub channel. Admittedly, we've grown this in a week, so still a long way to go. But yeah, we need to pull our finger out before we can start talking about giving the mods what they deserve, which is an awful lot, by the way. It needs to pay for itself. Right now, it's running at a massive loss. I am Crute says, seeing as my work is filled with Chelsea, Liverpool, United and Lincoln fans, an Arsenal fan coming in was a rarity then. Hey, Daddy-O, how's it going? West Ham did have a few dodgy deals. Danny, Futra, Vargas. Oh, God, yeah, Vargas. Or was it Margas? Wasn't it Javier Margas? I thought it was Margas, not Vargas. He was the one who jumped out the hotel window, wasn't he? Right, sorry, let me get the second half started. I've just realised we've not got the second half going. Come on, Key, pull your finger out, mate. There you go. The entire restaurant erupted. Customers were streaming, sat at the tables. Il faveno. What's that? Il favonu. Favonu? I don't know how I'm pronouncing your name, mate. I apologise in advance if I've butchered that one. From the accent, you are from Liverpool. That mean you support the biggest club in your town, Everton. No, I'm not from Liverpool, mate. No, I'm from a little place called St Helens, or at least that's where I grew up. I don't live there anymore, but that is where I grew up. So, yeah, no, I'm not from Liverpool. St Helens is about 5-10 minutes away, depending on how fast you drive. Gamer Guru and Key sat with 100k viewers and Gerard buys his channel. I hope he remembers the OG mod crew. Absolutely I will. Absolutely I will. Neville, what is your footballing motto, Key? It's right there. It's right there on my right arm. In Spanish, it says, Siempre es posible. Anything is possible. That's my football motto, and that's my life motto. Anything's possible. Foxy, how's the game been? Would have expected Senegal to win this. Do you know what? USA were fantastic first half. Probably should have been 3 up. And then Senegal have turned it round and come back into it. They're now starting to play a bit better. It's going to be another corner. Second in a row. DHJ, Key, opinion on people saying you're the least talented content creator. I'd say they're right, to be honest. Yeah. Least talented. Laziest as well. But most handsome, I think I've got that one nailed. I've got that one licked. They can't take that one away from me. Most handsome, most charismatic, but least talented. Oh, I banged to rights on that one. Absolutely banged to rights. Shahid, what did you used to live in Spain, Key? No, mate, but I very soon will be with a bit of time. Maybe I will be. I'll take my wife and my little girl. We'll go and live over in sunny Spain somewhere. Will says, who's your dark horse for the World Cup? No boring Norway or Turkey shouts. For me, it's Mexico. Oh, that's me. I was going to say Norway. Oh, it's there. Balogun makes it 3. USA got in behind, and there you go. 3-1. What a goal that is again. I tell you what, it's been a great game, this. Don't go with it. For a friendly, Balogun, Arsenal should have kept hold of him. It's really poor again from Senegal at the back. They give the ball away and then the ball gets played in. Is he onside? I think he is. But he opens his body up. Just slight deflection. I thought it was a really good finish, but I think it takes a deflection and goes in. USA 3, Senegal 1. There you go. It's all coming. Everyone says Norway for their dark horse just because of Haaland. I think there's a lot. I mean, if Sweden had Kulusevski, right? If they had Kulusevski, they had Isak, they had Gyökeres, they had Bergvall. I think Sweden would be a real dark horse. And they only just qualified, didn't they? They barely struggled through the playoffs. So, yeah, I'd say Sweden would be an outside chance in terms of just like on paper. They've got a great squad. But there's a lot of players who just aren't fit, sadly. But yeah, very, very good game so far. 50 minutes in. Elanga. Yeah, Elanga's another one. Yeah, they've certainly got some talent, haven't they? Definitely got some talent. Super Sergio, how happy was you yesterday? Oh, elated. Delighted. How does it feel supporting the best team ever in England? Fantastic. As an American, I have no idea how this team is winning. They're great. They're fantastic. Played really well today. Matthew Ross, Isak hasn't convinced me he wasn't a flash in the pan. It's 4 years, mate. Come on. He's been in the Premier League doing it for 4 years consistently. What do you mean flash in the pan? He's not a one-off. There's an awful lot of people who'd be delighted if we went and signed Krupi for the same reason. Isak's had 4 years. Haaland and Strand Larsen strike force for Norway. Strand Larsen doesn't play for Norway, does he? Jorgen Strand Larsen's not a Norwegian, is he? Sure, Strand Larsen wasn't. Is he? Oh, he is. Do you know what? I don't know why. I've always had in my head Jorgen Strand. Like, sounds like a Danish name. It really doesn't sound Norwegian. Jorgen Strand Larsen. I really thought he was Danish. Yeah, he's Danish. See, Will said he's Danish as well. I don't know where I've got Danish from. Did he like... Maybe he's a transformer. Maybe he's moved across. I don't know if he has or not. Early life. Yeah. Senegal are in. Should be 2. It's 3-2, is it? There you go. What a goal. It's 3-2. And it's a foul on the Senegal player as he's... Well, it's not going to be given as a foul. It's 3-2. There you go. Goal stands. Excellent. Sadio Mane with his second of the game. Really good football. And we've got another goal. Who knew? Goal fest. Goal fest. Again, it's come from a really dreadful defensive error at the back. And Sadio Mane pounces on it. Really, really good play there. And it's USA 3, Senegal 2. Don't know how Bielsa's going to play with only 3 forwards. Jay, what do you think of Slot being sacked? I think it was a bad decision, mate. Really bad decision. And I think we're now seeing that with the club. Looking at it and not really having anyone to appoint. They've made a right pig's ear of it. 3-star, going to call it a night. Everyone been up since 5 a.m. this morning. Take it easy, 3-star. Have a good one, mate. Lots of love. Appreciate you coming in as always. Good man. Very, very good fella. We love him lots. Will, we've got Iraola basically wrapped up. I don't think it's a smart move. Really don't think it's a smart move. Oh... They're in again here, Senegal. It should be 3. Could be 3-3. Hit it. Oh, good defending. Ishii, to be fair, Iraola as the potential manager gives me a bit of hope with the football he plays. I know the football he plays is no more exciting than the football Arne Slot plays. The only difference is that Arne Slot doesn't have the tools to play it, and Iraola did have the tools to play it. That's all it is. That's the only difference. Arne Slot's style of football is attacking, it's forward, it's fast, fast-paced. There are slight differences, but it's a very, very energetic style of football. Problem we have is just don't have the players to play it. And if you bring Areola in, it's the exact same situation. USA in behind. It's gone out for a goal kick. Very close. Neville, if you were an elite footballer, would you rather be 6'7" or 5'5"? 5'5". Yeah. Diminutive. People expect less of you then. If you're 6'7", you have to get stuff down off the top shelf and stuff like that in supermarkets. Walking around supermarkets, a little old dear will say to you, "Hey, can you get that down off the top shelf, love? On your bike. You go and get it yourself." You think I am some mug? I've always been glad I'm not 6'7". Timbo Iriola definitely plays more exciting football than Slot. I don't disagree with your reservations, Key, but let's not downplay every aspect of Iriola. I'm not downplaying his every aspect. What I'm saying is that his exciting football is contingent upon having the tools to play it. That's why anyone who says Arne Slot doesn't play exciting football, well, did he have the tools to play exciting football last season? If he hasn't, then you can't really judge him on it. USA's third didn't count. Well, the scoreboard says it counts. The scoreboard's saying 3-2. It's saying 3-2 on here. And it's saying 3-2 on flash scores as well. Everywhere's saying, it's only you saying it's not, mate. Yes, he did. Behave yourself. No, he didn't. You know damn well he didn't. Says 2-2 for me. Well, it's 3-2 on flash scores, 3-2 on my telly here. That's 3-2 on my scoreboard as well. Foxy Brazil picking Neymar and he's injured. Again, he's getting the Jordan Henderson role, isn't he? Hey up, Ian. How's it going? Timbo, I wouldn't have said Liverpool were that exciting when you won the league either. You were good, but not that exciting. No, we were different to how Jurgen Klopp played, for sure. But then, again, can you name a single side in the league that plays attacking, exciting football right now? Not really. You know, Bournemouth with recency bias, you would say, played fantastic football, but they also went on a one-game run in 14. One win in 14 for Andoni Areola this season. He won't get that sort of patience at Liverpool. And the season before, 1 win in 11. Season before that, 1 win in 11. He will not get that sort of patience, I'm telling you. Don't think he's the right manager for me, but hey, listen, if he comes in, I'll back him to the hilt. I don't really care. I just don't think he's a pretty underwhelming pick, I'll say that. What Iriola did with Bournemouth is incredible. He could be unstoppable at a big club with backing. Yeah, I remember people saying that about Thomas Frank as well, funnily enough. Thomas Frank did a fantastic job at Brentford. Some reason it never worked out with him either. Graham Potter as well. Fabulous manager. Honestly, Graham Potter, big club, do a fantastic job. How did that pan out? There's loads of them. Loads of examples like that. Thiago Motta. Oh my God. He got Bologna in the Champions League. Unbelievable job. Gets a big job at Juventus. Sacked. Ian, Premier League is a physical beast and nothing else at the minute. That's it. Yeah, and that's why I think the squad plays such an important part, and actually who's in charge means a lot less than people maybe give it credit. Timbo, I'm a deluded Chelsea fan, but I do think we played good football under Maresca. He didn't play bad football. Gamer Guru, nobody said that about Thomas Frank. Yeah, they did. Of course they did. Again, you're saying that as an Arsenal fan because he went to Spurs. But everybody in the Premier League rated Thomas Frank. Everybody. Thomas Frank did a wonderful job at Brentford. Hear me out, Thiago Alcantara. Why? What possible reason would Thiago Alcantara serve? Rob, if you got Areola, would you be happy, mate? Not really, mate. I think we could get... There's better West Ham goalkeepers, definitely. Certainly better goalkeepers at West Ham. I think, I'd probably go for Hermanson before I went for Areola. Timbo, it's all well and good saying that Klopp got the Dortmund job because of the brilliant job he did at Mainz, then proved himself. Everyone needs the platform to prove it first. Yeah, but you don't prove it at Liverpool. With the greatest of respect, mate, Liverpool are not Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund are a big club, but Liverpool are elite. We're a tier or two above, and I can understand Dortmund giving Klopp the job. You don't give that job. Jurgen Klopp doesn't get the job at Liverpool directly from Mainz. This is Brendan Rodgers. Appointing Areola is Brendan Rodgers. Yeah, it's Brendan Rodgers every day of the week. Neville, would you rather throw up on your crush at a party or have explosive diarrhea during a date with them? Oof. Both. Be entertaining. USA down the right-hand side. Big chance here to make it for Balogun in the area. Claim for the penalty. Oh, it's there. It's going to stand 4-2. USA. 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 What a finish that is. Has the referee ball blown back for a free kick here? Malik Tillman smashed it in the net. I think, do you know what? I think somehow the scoreboard has now rebalanced itself. It's actually only 2-2. It said 3-2, but the game has now... Not only have they had this goal ruled out... Oh, that's so bad if that gets given as a foul. Malik Tillman, that should stand. That should be 3-2 to the US. It should be 3-2. Apparently, it's only 2-2 now. Rehan, who would you have picked to replace Slotky? I mean, you know my take on it, mate. I wouldn't have sacked him full stop. I wouldn't have sacked him full stop. Or if I was going to sack him, I would have had a manager already lined up and I would have had a really, really compelling alternative. And I just don't think one exists. Gamer Guru, Key, cheers on City and now USA, mate. What am I seeing? What's wrong with cheering on the US? You'll be devastated when you see me against England against Croatia. I'll be having my Croatia shirt on. Hrvatska! Chelsea's accountant on the scoreboard. All boxed up. Such expertise picking this match to commentate on. Well done, Key. Pure luck of the draw, mate. Just luck of the draw. Yeah, it's 2-2. It's 2-2. So the Balogun goal, the one that was 3-2, it said 3-2 on the scoreboard here. It said 3-2, and it still says 3-2, by the way, on flash scores. Look at this. It still says right now on my phone 3-2 on flash scores. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. I think, no, you're not going to be able to see that, are you? You're not going to be able to see that. Look at that. 3-2 on flash scores. Oh, and now they have scored. Now it is 3-2. Balogun scores. It's 3-2. What a finish. Oh my God, this game's incredible. This game is absolutely incredible. We've had, if I'm dead honest, this is the 7th goal we've seen this game and 2 have been ruled out. What a ball this is. Excellent play down the right-hand side. Lovely ball across. Balogun, great finish. Again, the Senegal defence not really covering themselves in glory. Pretty poor, but what a finish from Balogun. And there you go. USA 3, Senegal 2, 28 minutes to go. Excellent goal. The Reaper, did you watch Soccer Aid? I didn't, mate, no. I didn't, because I can guarantee you I don't know a single one of them. I reckon if you read out the Soccer Aid lineups to me, I wouldn't have a clue who he was. Gamer Guru cheering the USA is just not right. The shit they talk about us, I want nothing but pain for USA in football. Wow. That's dark. Now it's 3-2, Shahid. Yes, now it's 3-2. Now it says 4. It says 4-2 here as well on flash scores. Angry Ginge won player of the match. Sweet baby Jesus. He'll be playing Soccer Aid next season. Not a chance, mate. If I have my way, I'll be out in Spain, living the good life. I have no intention of going playing Soccer Aid. Charity? Charity starts at home. That's what I say. Balls to... They can go and look out for themselves. Nah, I'm only kidding. Of course, we've already done charity on this channel. And we'll do more of it. When it's not running at a loss. Timbo says, conspiracy theorists suggest when Liverpool lost to City and PSG, they made the decision and tapped up Iraola, which then prompted him to announce he's leaving. Oh, God. If the board of Liverpool have really been that in contact with Iraola for that long, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense as a conspiracy theory, because we literally appointed Etienne Reinen, or whatever his name is, the Feyenoord assistant manager. We appointed him like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. He was appointed as Arne Slot's new assistant manager next season. It was a terrible decision. And now we've got to unhire him. Apparently we've got to pay him off. So something's mad has happened behind the scenes. Would you do a 36-hour continuous stream for charity? No, mate, that would be a very bad idea for someone like me. I think I'd last maybe 12 hours. And I'd have to sleep. I'd have to sleep at some point in that 36 hours. Can't stay awake for 36 hours. Gary says, do Arsenal build on their success and will they defend their title next year? Up to now, mate, yeah, I think they probably will. Up to now, there's not really any standout contenders, is there? I really wonder who could actually compete with Arsenal next year. Don't know. Be interesting. Be an interesting season. What's that one on Twitch? Key. What did you make of... Who? What was that? Oh, yeah, sorry. What did you make of Adam Pearson? I'll be honest, mate, I haven't really seen an awful lot about it. USA, just wide. Yeah, I haven't seen an awful lot about it. I saw there was a post put out about it. It's the pitch side guys, isn't it, taking the piss out of him. Yeah, not nice. Not nice. I mean, I guess I can kind of understand the side of argument where it's like, well, it's football, content creation, you're online, you make yourself a target. If people then take the piss out of you, they take the piss out of you, you've got to have thick skin. I get all that. Believe me, I get all that. I get it. I get it. I had people telling me to unalive myself last night just for watching the Arsenal game. It happens. It really happens, and it's not nice. It really isn't nice. That doesn't make it okay, and I would say that from one content creator to another, you'd maybe be a bit more understanding and not take the piss. So it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice, that. It wasn't nice. Right, well, there you go. USA 3, Senegal 2 is the score. I don't even know. Do you think the Ballon d'Or goes to a PSG player again? Probably. Do you know who it's going to? I can already see a case being built for it. It's going to go to Hakimi. It's going to be Hakimi. Telling you. Hakimi won the AFCON and won the Champions League and Ligue 1, and he's now, driving his team to the World Cup. I don't think they'll go that far in it, but I genuinely believe that Hakimi is going to be the person they're priming to be Ballon d'Or winner. CGLFC, who's Adam Pearson? Adam Pearson is the Newcastle United. He runs a Newcastle United fan channel. Joe will know him. Joe will know about him. He's very popular. I think he used to play. He's had a channel for a while, and he's had like Angry Ginge and stuff. Has been doing bits with him and whatever. He seems a good kid. Seems a good lad. I don't know him. I don't know the pitch side guys. I don't know Tom Garrett or Lewis Bowden or any of them. I have no idea about him. But all I'd say is, yeah, I've seen the whole thing. I've seen the kick-off about it. Ian says, just had a ball land in the courtyard in work, got the Champions League logo on it. Naki, it'll be Bruno Fernandes. Did you hear he broke an assist record playing one game a week? Hard to beat that, mate. Ismail Assar, I think, coming on here now, is it? Is it Ismail Assar coming on? Did I see his number pop up there? No, Hassan Thiaw has come on. US have basically changed most of the team. That's why. Do you know what? That's why. Yeah, it was Sarr. Pape Sarr has come on for Habib Diarra. Moussa Niakate as well. But yeah, the only thing you can say with friendlies is as soon as the game, like you can't really put too much stock in USA's performance in the second half because they've changed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They've changed 10 players. 10 players. Pete, somebody said that to you. They must be sick in the head. They're just kids, mate. They're just kids. It happens, I would say, 10 times a week. 5 to 10 times a week. You get messages like that. Maybe not 5 to 10, actually. Maybe more like 5 to 10 times a week. Let's say it was more like 20 times a month. Usually after a big game. You get a lot of comments, but then you get the odd message. And it's like very, very dark. Diarra is off, so that game's getting turned off now. It has gone a little bit flat since all the subs happened. Ian was talking about you on Twitter last night, Keith. Oh, was you really? What was you saying? Ian says it's okay if the pitch side guys want to take the piss out of each other but leave outsiders alone. It's just a bit sad, isn't it? It's a bit silly. Bit silly. I think you should maybe know a bit better. Especially I don't know how old he is, Adam Pearson, but he seems like a young lad. And there's only so much you can say. Well, yeah, he's put himself out there, so he should be taking it on the chin and just that doesn't wash that. When you're a big channel and you're grown men, you should be a bit better than that. That's not cool. That's not okay. I think they owe him an apology, and I think they should wind the necks in a little bit, but sad really. Saying we don't always agree, but it's our debate and it never gets personal. No, it hasn't, and it never will do. No need to get personal just because you disagree about a game of football, eh? But it's a shame a lot of people don't see it that way. Carl, who would have been your first choice to replace Slotky? It's such a difficult answer because I honestly haven't got one for you. I'm at the point where I don't think it was the right decision to sack him. But like I'm looking around, and one of the reasons why I didn't think it was the right decision to sack him was because I was looking around going, well, is there an obvious like standout choice? And there wasn't. So now we're in the position where we have sacked him. Well, now there's not an obvious standout choice, so we're just appointing the best of a bad bunch. Iraola is not a really smart choice for Liverpool. I really hope I'm wrong. I really, truly hope I'm wrong. If he comes in and does wonderfully well, believe me, there'll be nobody more delighted than I. But I'll give him a chance. Of course, I'll give him a chance. But I can't help but feel it's very Brendan Rodgers. It's a very Brendan Rodgers appointment. Wazza, evening Key, how we doing? I'm good, man. Good, how are you, more importantly? 15 minutes left in this one. I don't even know, says buzzing KSI's left the side, man. It means I can watch them now. He's so jarring. I can't say I've ever watched any of them anyway, to be honest. Carl, I think he should have stayed because there's nobody who could do better. I'd have give Slot another year. Me too. Yeah, me too. CGLFC, well, if people are going through a bad time, you never know what people could say to push some over the edge. There's winding up and then there's a level above. Use a bit of judgment and kindness. And you know what? That's true. That's very true. However, I will just say this to add a little caveat to that, because that is important. That's a very, very important point. USA chance should be four still. Off the post this time. How's that stayed out? And it's a corner. Oh my God. There's just post and crossbar, and then it goes out for a corner to the US. Balogun nearly getting his hat-trick. Yeah, listen, it is very important. You should be kind, and you should remember that people are, you never know what's going on in their private lives and whatever. And you really should remember that. Absolutely you should. But you've also got to afford that to the people making the comments as well. Right? Because if people are going through an hard time, if people are depressed, having a dark time, maybe they've got substance abuse issues, maybe they've got all sorts going on in their life, maybe someone's passed away, you never know what's going on in their life, right? Those are the types of people who react poorly. Those are the types of people who maybe are giving abuse online and you know, maybe not all. They're not always bellends. They're just people who are going through an hard time. That's why I don't really take it seriously when you get people sending you that stuff. You know, so you've got to be having a hard time in life to send a message like that to a total stranger. You've got to. It's not a good place to be in. I've had debates with another Redmen contributor, and it did get personal. The thing is, Ian, again, people will do that because they've know that's how you know they've lost immediately. As soon as it starts getting personal, that's how you know they've not really got any. They can't argue against you from a football point of view, so they start making personal digs at you. Carl Slot won the league in his first season and got in the Champions League with a new squad of players. Injuries and the Salah saga, it would have been interesting to see how he would have done next season. Well, I thought he deserved that. I thought he deserved it. Last 15, big last 15. Can Senegal turn it round? Gamer Guru T-Pain says it's best. Some people are just craving attention, and being cruel is the best way to get that. Yeah. It's the whole be kind thing, right? Be kind only works as a mantra if you're kind to everyone. Even bellends. You've got to be kind to everyone. That's the only way it works. You can't just be kind to people. It's dead easy being kind to people who are nice, isn't it? Dead easy. Be kind to people who are nice and pleasant. Oh, that's dead easy. If you're kind and you're pleasant, quite often it's not those people who are going through an hard time. Malice not tolerated. We are grown-ups. Very true. Yeah, very true. Take it easy, Aftab. See you soon, mate. Timbo says the devil's advocate view of Slot is that he won a league with Klopp's team and the results got worse once it moved further away from Klopp's team and style. I mean, my argument against that was, if you watched Liverpool last season and thought we were playing Jurgen Klopp's style, I don't know what to tell you. It was worlds apart from Jurgen Klopp's style. There were articles written, there were segments on the Overlap, fully dedicated to how Liverpool were playing, very different to Jurgen Klopp's style. So, yeah, that is the devil's advocate. That's the other side of the coin. Don't think there's a lot of basis in truth in it, though, in my humble opinion, anyway. I don't even know, says Key. Do the Maldives v Afghanistan tomorrow. No game tomorrow, mate. There is no game tomorrow. I'm not going to do a game tomorrow. I'm back on Tuesday for Wales and Ghana. Wazza, that's why I like your channel. Even though you're a red, you have a good outlook on footy in general. Cheers, Wazza. Nice one, mate. What's the score? Says Dr. Wright. It's USA 3, Senegal 2. Last 10 minutes here. Gary says, Key, if you had to pick someone who would have gone in, who you would have gone for as the manager out there, who's bigger than Liverpool, I don't think there is. Who would I have gone for? Do you know what? Probably Glasner. Glasner is probably the only one that I look at and think. Maybe even Fabregas. Glasner, Fabregas. Either of them. But Glasner is the one that I would say... If you're going to go for Areola, you go for Glasner. I don't know why. I don't know why we would pick Areola unless it's just because of Richard Hughes. That's all it seems to be with me. Pink-haired baddie, Arsenal fans still hiding. Oh, nah, they've been out in the droves today. Have you seen that video, by the way? Have you seen that video of the Arsenal fan at the parade? Oh, check it out. It's hilarious. He basically says we're champions of Europe. And someone's like, nah, that's not... You didn't win it, mate. I promise you. You didn't win it. Stuttgart manager for me. Ernest. But I know, but why? Why? Give me a reason why you want Sebastian Hoeneß, other than he's German, wears a cap, and he's a bit shouty. Ian, do you think any players that didn't get a look in with Slot may get a reprieve, and if so, who? That's another one of my concerns, Ian. That's another big concern I have with sacking the manager and bringing someone else in. They're going to be really, really... they're going to let players off the hook. There's players who you and I know are not good enough for Liverpool and should go, but won't go. Why? Because the manager will give them another chance. The manager will give him another chance. Curtis Jones being one. McAllister being another. If we have any ambition of winning a league title, I think both of those need to go. And I think you could say the same for an awful lot of players, and I do wonder whether or not we're just going to stay... Do you know what? The new manager's going to come in, he's going to have a look at all the players. He's going to have a little look at them all and make a decision. It's a bad idea. CGLFC, even though I was slot out, he managed a massive club before. I think when it comes to Areola, our job might be too big for him. Well, I'm happy Konate's left. I'm gutted Konate's gone, you know. Hey up, Gromit. Ian, I think Hoeneß needs another year in Germany. Adam says, I've seen someone breaking down a video of how his style of play is of the same ilk as Klopp's. Not completely the same, but very, very similar. Gamer Guru, is it the weirdo they found who says he follows teams that win and become an Arsenal fan last week, was saying how much he fancies the players too? No, it wasn't that guy. It was another guy. I'll find the clip and I'll do a video on it. USA, ball pulled back, edge of the box, chance. Oh, just over the bar, last 8 minutes. Areola would be a good manager for Everton. Mate, he would be. And Areola, I think if Arne Slot wasn't sacked, Areola was very close to being appointed the new Palace manager. That's another reason. Why are we going for guys who Palace are looking at? This is not who we should be looking at. Key, you say Glasner, but do you think a 3-at-the-back manager works at Liverpool? It's worked at Palace. I mean... Again, listen, I'll be honest. There's a lot of people who've got very attached to Jurgen Klopp's style of play, Jurgen Klopp's way of playing. It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. That is not a Liverpool style of play. There is no such thing as a Liverpool style of play. Liverpool's last 5, 6... Do you know what? Every Liverpool manager during my lifetime has had a completely different approach to playing football matches. Rafa Benitez was nothing like Gerard Houllier. Gerard Houllier was nothing like Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp was nothing like Arne Slot, despite what many would have you believe. there was very, very distinct differences in them, and they all were successful in different ways. So, I'm not wedded to one style of play. I want to see my team do well, and I want to enjoy watching the football. I didn't enjoy watching the football last season. I don't think that was down to the manager. I think it was a little bit. It was a little bit down to the manager. I don't think it was entirely down to the manager. Let me say that. Who's your ideal replacement? My ideal replacement. Again, I haven't got one. Slot should have stayed. People need to get out of their head out of Klopp's way of playing is only. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's absolutely agree. Lancashire Evertonian, to be honest, it was a bit irrational from your board to sack him without even a chance to change it around. That's not the Liverpool way. This is why I think we've pandered to the fans, we've bowed to fan pressure, and we've sacked him when it actually made a lot more sense to stick with him. Pietro Tadonio. Good hate watch yesterday, but still feel Arsenal are on the up and they'll win the Champions League soon enough. Yeah, I've heard that from you for about 25 years, to be fair. Next year's going to be our year. Jack, I agree. It was on the players for our poor season. But it was collectively. It was a you win and you lose as a team, right? So the manager has certainly made mistakes. It wasn't just on the players, and it wasn't just on the manager. I think that's my issue with a lot of the fans blaming Slot. It's because they're looking at it and going, if we sack the manager, we get a clean slate and we can start again and get excited again. It's not how it works. There's still like 9-10 players in that team who don't deserve to be there, shouldn't be there. What a ball in that is from Senegal. Oh, he's whipped it across the face of goal. Should be 3-3. Absolutely fantastic ball. Both teams have made loads of changes here, you know. I don't like the idea we've bent to fan pressure. Everyone was at fault, including Hughes and Edwards. Yep, the recruitment was all wrong. Once the recruitment comes in, did Slot use them as best he could? Probably not at times. The players absolutely need a rocket up their arse, and if I'm honest, I'd love to see 9-10 of them go this summer, whoever the manager is. So it's hard to put it all on the manager. I feel like that's what a lot of fans are doing. Let's put it all on the manager because it'll be fine then. It'll be fine. We can just... It was his fault. That's why we were shit. It's nothing to do with us having a load of bad players. Because that's the much harder thing to solve, innit? It's much harder to say Arsenal, City, even United have got a much better squad than us. They've got a much better squad. And the recruitment, we've not caught up with them yet. Got a long way to go. That's a harder conversation to have than, it's the manager. It's the manager. He's not getting enough out of these players. Talking nonsense. Come on. CG says Shankly had like 5 or 6 bad seasons in a row and never got sacked before social media. Paul says 20 years ago Arsenal had to save money, so this time's really different as they have money available. Well, they spent more than everyone else. I don't know how much more money they'll have available. Ian, imagine losing a game, then posting your new Rolex on Instagram the following day. Fucking hell, yeah. We've had, honestly, the Dominic Szoboszlai with the cornrows and the white boots against Wolves. We've had some bad moments this season. Shahid, take it easy, mate. Have a good one. Timbo Key, I know he'd have much better offers, but I can't believe we don't want Kanate on a free. Kanate to Chelsea is the one I've been really worrying about, mate. Apparently Saudi Arabia is where the main offers are coming from, but if he goes to a Premier League club, I'll be devastated because I think there's a wonderful player in there. It's 3-2, Clips Market. It's 3-2, mate. Yes, Sam. How's it going? No, mate, I haven't left YouTube at all. No, I've moved over. I've got a new channel. Completely new channel. This is the Match Day Tavern. The Market Tavern's a pub near where I used to work. The Match Day Tavern. So I'm now here live every single day. Premier League Dad's still there, mate. Still there. We will still be doing bits over there. I'm thinking of doing a phone-in talk show over on Premier League Dad. after the World Cup. So the channel's not gone by any stretch of the imagination. We will still be doing bits over on Premier League Dad, but it's going to be different. It's going to feel very different over there. This is where all the watch-alongs are going to be. So, yeah, that's the plan. There's a big, long story about why I moved across. But, yeah, I've started a brand new channel. We had nearly 24,000 subscribers. We're now back down to basically 0. So we're starting again. And hopefully the World Cup can skyrocket us in the same way the AFCON did. But, yeah, we're building again. But we're going to have a call. We're going to have a phone-in show on Premier League Dad. I really want to speak to some of you guys who want to phone in and have your say. I think that's going to make it a lot more interactive. So, yeah, if you want to do that, if you want to be part of it, then make sure you followed Premier League Dad. Make sure you followed the Matchday Tavern. Ian, I'd love to do some sort of show with you. Mate, we spoke about this, didn't we, months ago? I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to. I think it'd be great. I'd love to get more people involved, to be honest. Whether it be... I'd love to do a Liverpool show, a Liverpool-specific show. Because, yeah... But it'd be tough. It'd be tough. Really tough. Because it's obviously the Red Men do great and the Anfield Rap. And there's a lot of Liverpool fan channels. So, yeah. 4 minutes left. 4 minutes to go. Gary says, Key, Arsenal haven't spent more than anyone else over the last 2 years. Has seen £500 million in prize money. Well, yeah. I mean, they've spent a fair bit, though. If we're just talking net spend... Transfers on squads, yes, they've spent more than most. Me and Key can do a joint show from Key's back garden. You're not allowed in my back garden. Stop coming back in. You got told off last time you came in. Casaldo, 4 minutes. 4 minutes until full time. You've got a base to start off from, though. You ain't starting from zilch. Well, the hardcore have moved over. But as Sam's just shown there, Sam's a Wolves fan who has been in the lives for many, many months and was with Premier League Dad for a very long time last season. And he's only just found the channel. We've had the new channel for a week. And he's only just found us. So there's a lot of people who still haven't quite... I imagine there's a lot of regulars who have gone, oh Christ, Key's not posted for a while. Key's not been on for a while. What's happened to him? He disappeared after Aston Villa won the Europa League. You've got a good reputation. I wouldn't know about that. I'm not so sure about that. Not with Arsenal fans, anyway. Asnu could be moved on if Juve rumours are true. Do you know what? He's a really talented boy, though, Asnu, isn't he? Again, I don't think David Moyes has given him too much of an opportunity. A lot of Evertonians I speak to are really positive about Asnu. Would be a good player. That'd be good. Timbo and Key. Callum Coyle, what game on Tuesday? Tuesday is Wales versus Ghana. Wales v Ghana on Tuesday. So no game tomorrow. We're back on Tuesday with Wales v Ghana. Wednesday we're doing Netherlands against Algeria. So Virgil van Dijk against Riyad Mahrez. Thursday is going to be a great game. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be France versus Ivory Coast. So we're going to look at Liverpool's 2 new wingers, Michael Olise and Jan Diamand, for next season. Jan Diamand and Michael Olise, Ryan Cherky, Mbappe, Wilf Zaha. We'll have all the good ones. So yeah, we've got loads and loads going on over the next week until the World Cup starts on June the 11th. And as you know, I'm live every day for the World Cup as well. DC, the Arsenal fans love you, Key. Not so much. 90 seconds left in this one. Senegal are pushing for an equaliser. They've not given up yet. Gary Dorrington, Key, I like you and I'm an Arsenal fan. Oh, that's good. I like you as well. I was gutted, Gary. I thought I was... If it had all been one way, I'd have been devastated. I don't even know. I'm off keyboard of a scripted friendly. I'll be back with my delusion and heartbreak on Tuesday. Goodbye, Key and chat. Stay safe. Take it easy, mate. Have a good one. See you soon, buddy. Kwame Amp. Tip for next year. Don't base your content on hate. I think you'd only feel that way, Kwame, if you're an Arsenal fan. I'll go out on a limb and say you're an Arsenal fan. Is that right? I'm guessing you're an Arsenal fan. Timbo, no need to hate Key. He's a fairly decent guy. All this praise, it's killing me. There you go. Full time. USA 3, Senegal 2. Good game. Enjoyed that. That was a really entertaining friendly. For a change. It was a very, very different type of game. But yeah, very, very good one. Enjoyed it. We saw 5 goals. Probably should have seen 7. 2 goals ruled out. Pulisic was absolutely sensational for the US. And a really, really good game to watch. Listen, really enjoyed it. Thank you, everyone, for liking, for sharing, for commenting. If you're watching on TikTok, do us a favour. Head over to YouTube if you've not already. Go and like the Matchday Tavern. Go and subscribe to Key Thomas, the Matchday Tavern. But nighty-night, everyone. Have a good one. Take it easy. I will see you all on Tuesday for Wales and Ghana. Take it easy. See you soon, everyone. Ta-da.